So, welcome to the Utkarsh Parashar show. Today, I'm thrilled to have with us a highly accomplished individual, Swati Ganeti. Swati is a Wharton of Class 2019 alumnus who began her professional journey with a degree in engineering from IIT Delhi. Then she went on to gain valuable experience in consulting with Bain, where she honed her skills and developed a keen understanding of business strategy. Her passion for education and technology led her to narrow her on focus on EdTech space, joining Whitehead Junior as a Chief of Staff to CEO Karan Bajaj, and currently she is working as the Director of Undergraduate Program at Masters Union, and is dedicated to helping students reach their full potential through education and technology. So we'll be discussing her journey, her achievements, and the impact she is making in the education sector. So let's get started. So thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting my invitation and coming up on the show. It's a huge honor for me to interact with you today.
Thank you, Utkarsh, for inviting me. And as I said, I'm very, very proud of what you've been able to achieve at such a young age.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, ma'am. So first, can you tell us about your journey, like from the beginning? How did you decide to attend Wharton, and what inspired you to pursue your MBA abroad?
Sure. So as a lot of Indian students do, I was also preparing for JEE. My parents said, "बेटा या तो डॉक्टर बन जाओ या इंजीनियर बन जाओ." पर मैंने कहा कि ठीक है डॉक्टर बन जाते हैं. And then still they said कि नहीं बेटा तुम इंजीनियर ही बन जाओ. Right? So I think it was a path decided for me by my parents. So prepared for JEE, got into IIT Delhi, spent 5 wonderful years there. But did not enjoy the engineering part that much, right? I really enjoyed, being part of the clubs, organizing teams, doing a lot of cultural stuff, right? तो management का एक कीड़ा था, I would say. तो वो करने का मन था, and hence joined Bain and Company. And धीरे Bain में काफी कुछ सीखा, companies के बारे में, business के बारे में, strategy के बारे में. And then MBA was an eventual step. When you do strategy consulting, you realize that there's so much to learn in business and about businesses. So MBA was an eventual step. And when you see so many people around you going to Harvard, Stanford, Wharton, then you eventually want to go there, right? And hence Wharton happened that way.
Okay, that's amazing. So, in your experience, do consulting companies like Bain really help in understanding a business and making business strategy, or is it mainly focused on short-term problem solving? What do you think?
No, I think it really helps you understand business problems, long-term, short-term, both. So I have been on cases where I was making 5-year business plans for a client, knowing that I am going to be there only for the 6 months, but I had to build a 5-year journey. And I did not work on 1 or 2 businesses. I worked on businesses ranging from airlines to real estate to healthcare to education to seaports, right? I was actually working for a seaport company. So I think when you get so much exposure across so many industries, then you understand what kind of businesses, what is more important. In some businesses, in D2C brands, for example, marketing and branding is the bread and butter. Whereas for a logistics or, I would say e-commerce business, there is a lot of like logistics and supply chain and inventory is more important. So I think you understand what is the heart and soul depending on what the type of business is, and you get a lot of learning when you work across multiple industries.
मतलब अगर किसी को अगर कोर बिजनेस सीखना है तो मतलब कंसल्टिंग में एक बार जाना ही चाहिए.
हाँ, आप 2-3 साल की कंसल्टिंग कर लो, आपको बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिल जाएगा.
Okay. So, what motivated you to join Masters Union, and how is this company different from others in education sector? Can you tell us about the unique value proposition that Masters Union offers its students and professionals?
Got it. So I have been in education for the last 5 years, and I have worked in EdTech space. As you said, I was chief of staff to Whitehead Junior as well, right, to the CEO there. So when I have worked so much in the education space, I have realized कि इंडिया में अगर आज की डेट में एजुकेशन में सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम कोई है तो वो ये है कि हमारे कॉलेजेस को जो एजुकेशन देना चाहिए वो आज की डेट में हम नहीं दे पा रहे. इसीलिए हमारे पास डिस्पाइट वी हैविंग सो मच पॉपुलेशन, we are the industry and the companies are still struggling to get the right talent. तो जब इतना ह्यूमन रिसोर्स है तो उसके बाद भी कंपनीज को इतना प्रॉब्लम क्यों हो रहा है हायर करने में? वो इसलिए हो रहा है कि हमारे पास कुछ प्रीमियम इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं, उसके बाद हमारे पास कॉलेजेस ही नहीं है, राइट? उसके बाद बच्चे या तो ऑनलाइन जाके कोर्सेज करते हैं, प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट का 4 महीने का कोर्स कर लिया या किस डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का कर लिया, और ये सब उन्हें बाहर इसीलिए करना पड़ रहा है बिकॉज कॉलेज बैठ गए हैं, कॉलेज नहीं इनोवेट नहीं कर रहे, इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर रहे अपने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में या अपनी टीचिंग में,
अपडेट नहीं.
तो मास्टर्स यूनियन इसलिए डिफरेंट है. मास्टर्स यूनियन इज ट्राइंग टू डू द सेम थिंग. वी आर अ हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट वेयर वी प्रोवाइड अ पोस्ट ग्रेड प्रोग्राम एंड एन अंडरग्रेड प्रोग्राम इन टेक एंड बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट. तो हमने कहा कि देखो इंजीनियरिंग के लिए स्टिल देयर आर सम प्रीमियम इंस्टीट्यूट्स, लिबरल आर्ट्स के लिए स्टिल देयर आर सम प्रीमियम इंस्टीट्यूट्स, लेकिन जब हम बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट की बात करते हैं तो पिछले 50 सालों से जो कॉलेजेस हैं वही आज भी हैं, राइट? कुछ नया और इनोवेटिव नहीं हुआ है. और बिजनेस एक ऐसी चीज है जो आप किताबों से नहीं सीख सकते, आपको करके ही सीखने को आएगा. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल व्हेन आई वाज एट बेन, वहां पे जाके समझ आया ना कि बिजनेस कैसे होता है, और फिर वॉर्टन में जाके आई पॉलिश्ड माय सेल्फ, बट एक्चुअल बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट तो बेन से ही सीखा है. So similarly, we said we need to have an institute where people learn business by running businesses. Right. So our pedagogy is very different. At Masters Union, we do not take exams. We say that if you're in a digital marketing course, you run an Instagram campaign, and the number of clicks and the traction that your campaign gets will decide your grades, right? We have a fully dedicated, in undergrad we give it 4 months, in postgrad we give it 6 weeks, but we have fully dedicated time for you to build a startup, and it is compulsory. It's not even that you can choose to build your startup. In Masters Union program, you have to build a startup because that is the best way of learning about businesses, right? आप थोड़े मिस्टेक्स करोगे, कुछ फेलियर्स करोगे, और आपको फिर धीरे धीरे समझ आएगा कि अच्छा धंधा ऐसे बनता है, right? So that is what we're trying to tell, trying to inculcate. So during the whole course, students end up working on 10 different business ideas.
Right. Got it. So मतलब आपने मैंने एक रील देखा था जिसमें आप बोल रहे थे कि स्किल बेस्ड इकोनॉमी इंडिया बनने वाला है, तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा आप बता दो.
तो आज की डेट में जब कंपनीज हायर करती हैं, राइट, चाहे वो Amazon हो, गूगल हो या अर्ली स्टेज स्टार्टअप्स हो, इंडस्ट्रीज वांट कि जिस टैलेंट को हम हायर कर रहे हैं उसके पास स्किल हो. आपके पास डिग्री है या नहीं है ये अब सेकेंडरी हो गया है. अगर आपको लेट्स से मुझे डिजिटल मार्केटर चाहिए, अगर आपको इंस्टाग्राम, गूगल, फेसबुक सब कुछ अच्छे से आता है, यूट्यूब अच्छे से आता है, तो आपके पास डिग्री क्या है इस चीज से मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, राइट? सो दिस इज कॉल्ड अ स्किल बेस्ड इकोनॉमी वेयर द इकोनॉमी इज वैल्यूइंग यू not because of the certificates or the brands that are behind you, but actually the skill that you have, right? So that's what a lot of companies have done in the US, and they are doing it in India, and the big ones, right, where they say this is our entry level exam, you clear this, we'll invite you for interview, you clear that, we give you an offer. So the degree का value goes down, right? It's all about आप आज की डेट में क्या कर रहे हो, और आज की जो इंफॉर्मेशन बेस्ड जनरेशन है जहाँ पे एक क्लिक में यूट्यूब पे सब अवेलेबल है. I have met so many youngsters who have just upskilled themselves on YouTube or on Coursera or wherever, right? And now they are probably doing better in their careers than somebody who's done a traditional degree. And the idea is कि hey, it's all about आप कितने talented हो और आपको क्या आता है, rather than कि आप कहाँ से पढ़े हो.
Right. So एक क्वेश्चन है कि what do you think about learning foreign languages? आपको क्या लगता है कि मतलब इससे हमारे डेवलपमेंट में और कैसे हम ग्रोथ कर सकते हैं अगर if we get any foreign language, if we learn language,
A
right?
foreign language, right?
Yeah.
I think irrespective of it is a foreign language or a local language. For example, I speak 4 languages. When you speak multiple languages, it gives you a different perspective altogether, right? Scientific reasons अलग होंगे कि आपकी न्यूरॉन ज्यादा एक्टिव है या अगर बचपन में आप ज्यादा लैंग्वेजेस सीख लेते हो तो इट्स मोर इट्स लाइक मोर डेवलपमेंट हैपेंस. बट इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ दैट, अगर मैं बहुत ही ट्रांजैक्शनल आउटकम देखूं तो अगर मेरे को आज की डेट में फ्रेंच आती है या स्पेनिश आती है तो एक economy wise you are opening up, right? For example, it'd be very easy for me to go to France and do business if I know French, or to go to Spain and do business if I know Spanish, or go to Brazil and do business if I know their language too. So the idea is कि एक आपका बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव बढ़ जाएगा अगर आपको वो लैंग्वेज आता है. That I think is very important, and that is why आज की डेट में इंडिया को इतना फायदा हो रहा है क्योंकि हमारी पॉपुलेशन इंग्लिश बोल पाती है, राइट? एंड दैट हैज नाउ काइंड ऑफ बिकम अ वर्ल्ड लैंग्वेज. तो जितना ज्यादा आप इकोनॉमी में जाके इंटरैक्ट कर सकते हो, फॉरेन क्लाइंट्स को सर्व कर सकते हो, इसलिए पूरा आईटी बिजनेस इंडिया के पास है. So that I think is very, very good. Apart from all the biological, advantages, which is the neurons are more active and all of that. I'm not an expert on that, but I've heard कि जितना जल्दी आप ज़्यादा languages सीखो, उतना benefit होता है.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts on incorporation of AI, particularly in relation to Chat GPT, in the job sector? Do you believe that this advancement in technology will lead to job cuts, or will it create new opportunities for workforce? And I have also read that AI won't replace engineers, and that engineers who use AI will replace those that don't. So, what's your take on this statement?
The jobs will change. I will not say that the jobs will be cut. The jobs will change. अगर आप पिछले 10 साल में देखें तो पहले सोशल मीडिया नहीं था, राइट? तो ऐप डेवलपर्स, एप्स भी नहीं थे, स्मार्टफोन्स नहीं थे, तो ऐप डेवलपर नाम की कोई जॉब नहीं होती थी, सोशल मीडिया मार्केटिंग नाम की कोई जॉब नहीं होती थी. बट नाउ दीज आर बिग जॉब्स, राइट? प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट came up only in the last 10 years and it's one of the hottest jobs today. So the job profile will change. Yes, जैसे Chat GPT is solving a lot of things, right? Content writing थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा, right? A lot of information research based profiles may go down, but it itself opens up a huge plethora, and abhi to everybody is figuring out what the use cases are, right? Maybe it will replace Google, who knows?
Yeah.
But eventually it will also open up a lot of jobs, right? Like when Google came, I'm sure the job profiles got shifted, but it also created a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
So I think it always transactions, and now I would say कि जो human jobs होंगे वो ज़्यादा intelligence based होंगे, ज़्यादा complexity based होंगे, rather than very simple jobs. So the profile will shift. People will need to be working on their intelligence, complexity, and all of that, which is good. I mean, look at in other industries. For example, over last 50 years, a lot of physical work has been taken away from humans, right? There's so many machines which has come up. So it's a similar transition.
Right. So can you tell us about the Masters Union Undergraduate Program in Business and Technology, and what are the key focus areas of the program, and what kind of skills and knowledge do you aim to impart the students in this program?
Yeah, no, the whole philosophy of launching Masters Union Undergrad Program in Tech and Business Management is that tomorrow's business leaders need to understand tech. So if you just study business and you go into a Google, Microsoft, and Amazon, you'll be blank, because you are working in a tech-oriented company and you need to understand and work with tech developers, right? So the program is designed in a way that you understand basics of programming, you understand no-code app development, etc. But at the same time, it focuses and grooms you to become a business leader. Now, there are three differentiators of our program. Number one, our faculty comes from Harvard, Oxford, and majority of them are CXOs in their companies. So if you're being taught digital marketing, a Facebook executive is teaching you that. If you're being taught product management, a Microsoft executive is doing that. That helps you to know what is relevant today. They will not teach you what was happening 20 years back. They will teach you as of today what is relevant and what skills you need, right? So that is one. Second, the program is super hands-on, which means that, as I said, you learn business by running a business at Masters Union. So pretty much you build your own startup, you consult local businesses like Starbucks, McDonald's, all of that. You work with a lot of startups as part of an internship where you get groomed. You shadow a lot of CXOs, so you see how they work in the office. In fact, our campus is located in the corporate hub of Gurgaon, which is Cyber Park, right? So you just understand what is happening. Third, the program is also focused on building leadership and soft skills, right? So we focus a lot on grooming you on your communication, public speaking, confidence, right? We give you 3 dedicated coaches who work on 3 different skills of yours. But idea is to give you that 1:1 coaching. For leadership specifically, we have designed experiences where you step out of the campus and go on a 10-day trip, let's say to Leh Ladakh or to Himalayas, and you climb a mountain. And then you see, and you're forced to take decisions in the uncertain environments and see how you react to those situations, right? In a team situation, or let's say there's a snow and you have to decide, should I continue? Should I push back? So it tests your resilience, it tests your grit. A lot of things that books cannot teach you, right? So the program is very well designed to give you the experiences that I got at Wharton or people get at
Ivy League.
the world-class Ivy Leagues, but we don't get that in India.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So how to convince parents for this? Like उनके लिए तो हमें डिग्री होती है आप
नहीं तो पेरेंट्स के लिए मेरे पास 2 ही लाइनर है that Masters Union comes with great placements. Our average placements is 33 lakhs and pretty much all the big companies from Bain, BCG, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, right? Everybody is coming to the campus. And apart from that, like the degree is from Delhi University. When you enroll in Masters Union, the degree that you get is the same degree that you get from any Delhi University college. So it's a win-win situation. And if you still have questions, very happy to kind of get into a one-on-one conversation with any parent. But I think this is their chance to say कि बेटा Masters Union चले जाओ तो life बन जाएगी.
Wow, it's really amazing. I'm getting goosebumps.
Absolutely.
So, as an experienced professional you are in the education and technology sector, can you share a message or any advice to 12th graders who are considering pursuing an undergraduate in business and technology for students?
Yeah, no, I would say that this is the time of the hard work, right? I've met many students, and everybody has a different profile, etc. And obviously 15 years back the situation was different, but for today's 12th graders, I would say give enough exposure to yourself, right? When you meet anybody, talk to them what they do in their job, try and understand what their profile is. Gone are the days when we were given 2 options, doctor and engineer. Today they have probably 500 options, right? And it is very important for you to be super aware at this moment, because the decisions you make will change your life forever. The fact that my parents said beta engineer ban jao and I ended up in an IIT, that changed my trajectory completely compared to what I have been a doctor, and both lives could have been good lives, but I'm living a life based on that choice. So whatever choice you will make at this point will decide the course and the trajectory of the life later. So very important to give yourself that exposure so that you decide what you want to be, and then go to a place which resonates with the kind of pedagogy you want, the kind of curriculum you want, and then step up your career from there. Because this is the foundation, these are the foundation years. If you don't get it right during the foundation, then no matter how fancy the building is, it's gonna fall if the foundation is not right.
So yeah. So it's the last question, and so what is your perspective on entrepreneurship, and what do you believe are the key factors contribute to the success of an entrepreneur, and what kind of mindset and skills do you think are necessary to be a successful entrepreneur?
So grit or resilience or whatever you want to call, right? So first let me, that is the skill, but I'll come to that. First you asked me what are my thoughts on entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a must try for somebody thinking of getting into business management or learning. And that is why it is a mandatory part of our curriculum at Masters Union. We're not saying that everybody who graduates starts up their own company, right? Maybe they don't. Only 10% of our students actually go ahead and continue to run their startups. But the experience it gives, right? When you are building a product and it's not selling, you will figure out why it's not selling. Maybe because the way you've branded it, the position, maybe the pricing is right, but the positioning is wrong. Or maybe your positioning is right, but आपने price गलत कर दिया उसका. या आपने प्रोडक्ट ही ऐसी बनाई जो चाहिए ही नहीं थी मार्केट में, राइट? तो आप बहुत कुछ जो बुक में हमें सिखाया जाता है 4 P's ऑफ मार्केटिंग, वो आप पढ़ के नहीं समझ पाओगे, लेकिन जब आप एक स्टार्टअप बिल्ड करते हो और जब वो नहीं चलता है तो आप बहुत इतना तब नहीं सीखते जब आपका स्टार्टअप चल जाता है, बट जब आपका स्टार्टअप नहीं चलता और आप ट्राई करते रहते हो, 4 अलग चीजें ट्राई करते हो, तो आपको बहुत समझ में आता है कि why one thing worked and why the second thing did not work, right? So I would recommend anybody who is thinking of going into business management to give entrepreneurship a fair try, and you know, once you have gotten your lessons, then you may continue or may not continue. That is one. Well, what is the quality that one needs, right? Grit is the quality that one needs, which means that गिर के उठना, right? अगर आप में वो जज्बा है कि आप 1000 बार भी गिरो तो आप 1000 बार उठ के खड़े हो जाओगे, एंड हर बार आप एक नए एंथुसियाज्म के साथ खड़े होके बोलोगे नहीं, इस बार I will do it this way and do it, right? So I remember there was this quote by Thomas Edison. He had, when he was trying to invent the bulb, you know, he had tried many combinations, and when he had tried like 1,000 combinations, he said, you know, I haven't failed. I have found 1,000 combinations that don't work. Right, so there is a learning in a failure also, and probably there's a bigger learning in a failure. So I think that is something that that quality of knowing that, you know, failure से आपको सीखना है, that is super important.
Okay, but entrepreneurship must try चीज है, right?
अगर आपको business management करना है, I'm not saying हर एक के लिए है. I mean, if you want to be a researcher, if you want to be a scientist, a doctor, or
if you are interested in business.
If you're interested in business, then एक बार try कर लेना चाहिए, and it could be anything. It could be a small, you know, business that I'm not even saying venture-backed business. एक small business आपने घर से शुरू किया, but काफी कुछ सीखोगे आप उसमें.
मैम, आप थोड़ा मतलब ड्रॉप शिपिंग के बारे में बता दो. काफी सारे स्टूडेंट्स करते हैं मास्टर्स यूनियन.
Yes, Masters Union में आप एक ड्रॉप शिपिंग बिजनेस भी चलाते हो. That's also part of the curriculum. ड्रॉप शिपिंग बिजनेस का मतलब होता है दैट आप एक ट्रेडर की तरह काम करते हो, आप खुद का प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चर नहीं करते, राइट? you're just shipping the product. तो आपको the brand needs to be built by you, the marketing of that needs to be done by you. आप सब कुछ करोगे, आप सोशल मीडिया पेज बनाओगे या you know फ्लिपकार्ट अमेज़न पे बेचोगे, जो भी आपको करना है. उसके बाद जैसे जैसे आपके पास ऑर्डर आता है, आपका जो वेंडर है आप वहां से शिप कराते हो. तो you don't hold inventory, which means that you are making sheer profit because you are something that costs 100, you are selling that at 200 rupees based on your marketing and all of that, the branding that you've done, and then you are sourcing it from your vendor. That is a drop shipping business जहाँ ना आप बनाते हो ना आप inventory hold करते हो, आप बस सीधा ऑर्डर लेते हो और वेंडर को देते हो.
Okay, so in your
and that is done at Masters Union.
Okay.
Yes.
So in your opinion, what is success?
Between drop shipping and entrepreneurship, you're saying?
No, I'm saying कि मतलब आपके लिए success क्या है? Yeah.
मेरे लिए success क्या है?
In your opinion, आप क्या देखते हो?
हाँ, so success का definition I would say हर एक के लिए अलग अलग होता है, right? and it will vary from different people to different people. For me, I just want to leave this world a little better than what I got out of it, right? So the hope is that in my lifetime, am I able to bring any impact to the people around me, and I would want to do it at a scale, right? So hence, when I took a very conscious call, when I went to Wharton, I took a very conscious call that from here, education is something that appeals to me, and I want to contribute in education, because वो एक ऐसी इंडस्ट्री है जहाँ पे आपको क्लियरली दिखता है, because हम सब स्कूल्स में गए हैं, हम सब कॉलेजेस में गए हैं, तो हमें वो गैप क्लियरली दिखता है, बहुत पर्सनल होता है. एंड आई सेड कि नहीं, अब एजुकेशन समझना है और एजुकेशन में ही चेंज करना है. सो माय होप इन व्हाटएवर आई चूज टू डू इन लाइफ विल ऑलवेज बी कि क्या कुछ ऐसा कर रही हूँ ताकि जो आसपास के लोग हैं या जो इंडियंस हैं, जो वर्ल्ड सिटीजन्स हैं, उनकी लाइफ में कोई भी चेंज आएगा. एंड मास्टर्स यूनियन से भी होप यही है कि जो हम यहाँ प्रोग्राम्स बिल्ड कर रहे हैं और जो स्टूडेंट्स आके यहाँ पढ़ रहे हैं, क्या हम उनकी लाइफ की ट्रेजेक्ट्री कंप्लीटली चेंज करके उसको काफी अच्छा बना सकते हैं. एंड आई होप हम जो कर रहे हैं, आज तक हमने किया है, हम इसको आगे भी कंटिन्यू करेंगे.
Okay, so it's time to end up this podcast. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your valuable time. And thanks for listening, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode, you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others and post about it on social media or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from me, you can follow me on Instagram _Utkarsh Parashar, and also follow Masters Union on Instagram. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Utkarsh. Thank you.